Hello guys, welcome to chiefj.dev channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please go and hit the subscribe button, like and share this video. For today, we shall be tackling functions in Python, and for instance, I can ask you a question that what is a function? I think just take an imagination that you know nothing about coding, and I ask you what a function is. I just want you to note something down about a function, not related to programming, but in your own understanding. So, to me, I can say a function is sort of a purpose or importance. Like if I say, what is the function of a computer? The function of a computer is for typing. Function of a computer is for sending messages, for chatting, for calling. Those are some of the functions of a computer or purposes. So that is a simple or layman's understanding of a function. But in programming, a function has a different definition, but it's kind of similar. Let's get a file where we shall be performing our I've called it teach function.py here, as you can see. So I'm going to use some comments here. So we're going to be talking about functions in Python, specifically Python, but cuts across many programming languages. So a function, in simple terms, in programming, it's like a code that can be used to perform a given task over time and time. Like you have a code for logging in into a system, or maybe for logging in into maybe let's say Facebook, and that code you can put it into a function, so that anytime a user wants to log in into his Facebook account, that function will be used for different users that log in. We don't want a situation where if a user comes, we have to create another login for him to what? To actually access Facebook. We just create one function, and then any user that comes and he clicks on login to Facebook, the code runs. So you can see a function. Let's in fact note it down and say, let me just type it here. The function is a block of let's say organized and reusable. What's the spelling of reusable? I think it's like this. Reusable, yeah, reusable, organized and reusable code that performs a specific task. So the task, for instance, of logging in, so we get a code that is for only logging in. In programming, we have structures, or programming structures where we lay out our project in a way that it's organized in form of structures, and those structures we can put them into. For example, when we take Facebook, the people who designed Facebook, they didn't write a code just like this on one page, one line, and then they go on like that. No, they structured in a way that they have a file that only contains login information, and that login information they put it in a function. So whenever the user you create an account and you want to log in, that function of login is called in the code, and then you can log in. maybe you want to access friends, or you want to find new friends. They have a code, a different specific code that allows you to interact with friends, or maybe chats, something like that, or even code for making posts, comments, those things. So sincerely, even if it was you could not put all that code into one system, or into one place. You divide it in such a way that it's organized. So a code, I can say the very key point of a function. It helps in breaking down a program. That program can be the project you want to, or the whole code that you want to type about a certain program. You put it into small fragments. So in breaking down a program into smaller fragments, and we call it fragments. Fragments or modules, or chunks, or modules that are easy to manage and reuse, in case you want to reuse the use of a function. The key things may be to note about a function. For instance, in Python, when we want to create a function, we use a keyword that is built-in Python, that is called def. Def stands for definition, so it's for defining. We define a function. Let me say login. Def login, then we put parentheses like this. That's how we call it. That's how we define a function in Python. For easier understanding, I'm going to say we use this built-in module in Python called def, which stands for definition. And then here we put now the name of the function. So here the function name comes here, function name. Then you put your parentheses there. So you say def, then you put the function name, and then you put the parentheses, and then you end it with semicolon. And then when you enter whatever thing you're going to type here, down here, it's the code which you want to run when you call this function. To show you that when dealing with functions, you have to first call a function before the code gets executed in the function. If you don't call that function, it will not be executed. So that we shall see later. So the main things about function is that we create them using this def element, which stands for definition. We define a function, then we give the function a name, and then here, down here comes the function. Here the function body. Key components that we have in a function. We have what we call, put them maybe here. We have what we call parameters. So we have what we call return statements. So parameters, they are used for adding a value when we want to add something into our function. So all this we shall look at practical examples, but for now I just want you to know that parameter lets us put values into our function, and then return statements, they let us get a value out of a function. So those are some of the key things you should note, or the key components you should note about a function. To summarize, a function, a block of organized and usable code that performs a specific task. Why we use them? It makes our work organized and breaking down our program or whatever code we have designed into smaller fragments that can be manageable or can be used. I can give you another example, like the Safe Border app. That the designers of that program, when they made them into smaller portions, I can say maybe the sign up section is different. If you're still new, you have to sign up to SafeBorder. They will ask you for your username, your Gmail. So that is a code that is different. Then let me say maybe there is also a section for placing order, how orders are placed. And then there's also a section for maybe your wallet, how your funds are managed, how you make payments, or if you want to deposit, things like that. They are all divided so that it's easier for, if everything was mixed up, it would be really hard. So that is it about functions. And then the key components. The def stands for definition. We define a function using this def module, which is there in Python. So we say def, and then we put our function name, any name of the function you want. Then we use this parenthesis, close. And then here comes the function body. Then parameters, we shall get to know how we use them, how they are used in a function. But all you should know that parameters, they let us put values into. In fact, let me make this capital. Into. They let us put values into function. And then this means let us get a value out of our function. So that is it about functions.